Alright, what's up, lovely people of the Warframe community? Let's go over the Necro build real quick. I mean, pictures speak louder than words, right? So here we go. These are his 4 powers. Soul Punch, blow so powerful it turns the enemy's very soul into a deadly projectile. The problem with this is that the trajectory is linear. Why am I'm getting invited? I want to go do it, but I'm busy right now. The trajectory of the projectile is straight. And that's kind of annoying because if the enemies aren't lined up perfectly, which I mean is very situational at best, you're not gonna maximize the power of this skill. I kind of wish that the soul kind of burst in like a radial kind of deal, like an explosion. That would be really nice because a lot of times the enemies will clump up, but they won't exactly be lined up. And even if they kind of are lined up and not perfectly, it kind of will miss the guy. It kind of almost looks like when you're firing like a Paris shot and you fling one guy into another. Kind of think of it like that. It's kind of like but I mean I like it. It's really fun to spam. Terrify just fears them. So to make it easier to understand, now imagine Nyx's chaos. Like I've said in my other video, I don't know which video I'm uploading first, so whatever, I'll go over it again. Take Nyx's chaos, divide it by 2, and you will get Terrify and Shadows of the Dead. So Terrify will like basically neutralize every mob. They'll just run away from you in fear. I mean, they're not gonna like really run like 900 miles an hour like when you fear as a warlock in like World of Warcraft, then you fear them off the map or something. That won't happen, don't worry about that. But you combine, and now Shadows of the Dead will clone a few of the past dead enemies, enemies that you've killed. It'll just lift them back from the dead and like little shadow versions of them. And so that's why I say that it's like chaos. So these guys will sprout and start shooting everything, and with Terrify, you just make them run away in fear. So it's literally chaos cut in 2, right? So it just is. And Desecrate, it's kind of cool, but it's kind of yeah. They should have just left it as life drain because the amount of health globes that you get from desecrating enemies is ridiculous. They should have just left it as life drain. But yeah, so with that in mind, actually, so anyway, you go up to, you press Desecrate, he'll run his hand all cool like, and enemies will, you know what, mods can come out of that too, which is really helpful. But anyway, I haven't seen that too often. So you run your hand over their corpse and, you know, shit pops out. Ammo, money, globes, mods. But health globes just, like, dude, by the dozens, those things fly out of enemies. It's ridiculous. So with that in mind, I was thinking about putting Equilibrium. But the thing with Equilibrium is that it won't give you energy unless it heals you. Unless the health globe that you pick up heals you, it won't give you energy. So it's very, very situational, and I don't really like. I like consistency in all my games. That's what, even in any other game, I don't like building for crit. Like in this game, it's different because the crit chance will just go so high. Plus, you have a multi-shot, you're gonna always crit. So in this game, it's not so bad, right? It's like I don't mind guns like the Gurkata and the Soma. Soma's a different case right now. It's for another video if I ever get it. I can. I just didn't want to build it yet. Oh god. So anyway, with these 3 slots remaining, what am I gonna do? I have the I have flow, rush, obviously, I just need that on everything. Flow to increase my energy, it's self-explanatory. Focus, now, the mechanics of this game are never clear. Like, does focus increase the minions from Shadows of the Dead? Does it increase their health? Does it increase their power? You know, how hard their guns hit? I've heard that it increases the amount of minions that you spawn, and that seems to be definitely true, because sometimes I'll just spawn, like, wow, a lot of them. So there's that, so I'm going to leave that on. People say that the power is timed, and I have seen the minions just drop dead randomly, like someone did it in Extraction, and they all just drop dead after like a little while. The thing is, though, it's really buggy, so sometimes one of the enemies will last for the entirety of the match, and that sound, like I said in the other video, that sounds cool, but it's terrible, because then you just have one enemy who's off in a corner of another part of the map, in another part of the map, shooting at the ceiling or something, and then you can't use your power again. It's really frustrating. So yeah, so I'm thinking about, I'm gonna put a continuity. I'm gonna put my streamline, right? I'm gonna put my continuity, and then the last slot, I guess you could play around with. I mean, I know it has a polarity, but whatever, right? So you could do what you want. You could form it how you want. I mean, the rest is pretty much up to you. You know what I mean? Like, streamline is, for me, is always a definite. Flow is a definite, and focus is a definite, depending on the frame. Like on my Nyx, I didn't put it because I'm not really spamming psychic bolts. Anyway, but it might increase the minion's health. You see what I mean? It's not, they're never clear with like the mechanics, you know. Oh, you could I I guess stretch could work too on Terrify, because it does seem to have a little bit of a radius. So like I said, I mean, you know, the thing with these build videos that I don't like, with guns it's one thing, but with frames I don't really like to do shit like this because it's really like up to you, you know. With guns there's a lot less leeway. Like with the Strun Wraith, if you don't build that gun for crit, you are just not using that gun properly. There's no way around it. Like with the dual Vassals, let's say, all right, you can kind of build crit, but most people won't, you know what I mean? So I feel bad this kid keeps inviting me. I gotta tell him that I can't. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, you know. So what would it put? You know, continuity, streamline, and then up to you, basically a stretch. I don't know. All right, thanks guys. If you liked the video, show some love. You know how. Take it easy. Bye.